The one thing from last night that you want carried over to tonight's game is?
Just execution, in all facets of the game. As many possessions as we can execute, which involves a lot of details.
Quinn, so many people around the league,
I can hear.
thank you, John, fixate on shooting and percentages, but I thought Trey controlled the game last night as well as he has all season long. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I thought it was a really significant game for him. I mentioned after the game, include DJ with that too, because that's, those guys absorbing what we're trying to do and being willing to be a little bit uncomfortable. And, that's hard for a player, to continue to try to evolve and grow and adjust. And particularly when, you have some shots that are shots he'll make, that he makes the majority of the time weren't falling. And for him to keep his poise when the ball wasn't going into the basket and to continue to impact the game, when you looked at him last night, you felt like he was in control. And then as the game progressed, I'm glad the ball did go in, because it affirmed, I think, his ability to impact the game in a lot of ways. And that's what we've seen when you look at the tape. And there's one possession to me that's really telling, is that he passed the ball across the court to DJ, something we work on, pass across. And he was trailing the play because he passed the ball ahead of himself, which we want. And rather than kind of get across half court, he kicked it into gear. And you could see him literally sprint to the corner, which is another thing that we've been emphasizing. And, that allowed DJ, to get to the rim, and no one could shift and help. So those are the little things that people, as you said, can fixate. The ball didn't go in, the ball went in. The game is so much more complex than that. And, his evolution as a player and his willingness to really, he's thirsty to get better. And so is DeJounte. I mean, he's constantly telling me, stay on me, stay on me. And, I do.
Quinn, your energy last night out the gate defensively seemed to set the tone for you guys on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something on a back-to-back that you want to see the guys come out and lead with that energy tonight?
Yeah, I think our group, right to that point, whether it is, our energy, I would say, our execution defensively with, you can't do that without energy and the offense that can create for us. And then on the other side, I think, our precision and the things that we're trying to do offensively, that allow us to attack in multiple ways, I think that helps our defense. So I think we're a team that is very much impacted by what we do on either end of the floor. And it makes sense that they're really connected. And the challenge for us is, if we're not scoring, or we are missing shots, and that was why, I mentioned, to Bob's question, my response regarding Trey. I thought DJ had a big part of that last night. When you look out and you see a guy competing, on an elite player the way that he was, it just kind of lifts everybody's energy. I told him he's our Ray Lewis.
Coach, what kind of work has Jalen Johnson put in to where he's getting these opportunities and taking advantage of it?
He had a great summer, on a lot of levels. And that investment, whether he spent a lot of time in the gym here, and he also got other places as well. But I think that investment, it gives you confidence. We've tried to give him confidence as too. It's okay to make a mistake. I think he's a guy, because of his feel for the game, he's going to learn from, how he plays. He'll learn from a mistake, so to speak. I think that's a big part of his development, is to encourage him, to make plays, to attack, and he's a gifted player. can do a lot in those situations, and you know, everybody, our team is, everybody's kind of getting to know each other right now in a different context, and you know, he's someone that's clearly had an impact.
Coach, overall last night, your team's defense on Giannis and Dame Lillard was amazing. Great to see that you guys forced them into difficult shots. Tonight's opponent won't get any easier, going up against a guy like Anthony Edwards. Can you talk to me about what you've seen from him over his career and different ways in which you'll look to stop him tonight?
Well, there's some similarities between the way that he's able to attack and transition. It's different than Giannis. They're different players. But his ability in the open court to get to the basket, you know, you can't stay in front of him with one guy when he's coming downhill at you. And you know what he's done in a short time in the league. You know, I don't know what his routine is, you know, during the year, the off season. But my guess is that he's putting in a lot of work, because you just continue to see him improve as a player. And you know, anytime you see that, you know, even if it's your opponent, you have a great deal of respect for a player that, you know, is able to grow like that and put in the work and truly, you know, wants to get better.
Thank you.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
41 years young.